Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Dolls for Dolls. This is Jessica, and today we're going to be taking a look at the You Create Barbie Basics dolls. Now before we get started, I just want to take a moment to show off this lovely sign my darling husband made for me this past weekend. Isn't that amazing? He is so sweet. We were driving home from the store one day and he was like, I got an idea. And I was like, what is it? And he told me that he wanted to make a sign for me that lit up for my channel. So thank you, Tommy, my darling sweetheart, for making this beautiful sign for me. I love it and I love you so much. So this is kit 1 of the You Create Barbie Basics. As you can see, I already took them out of the box. Unfortunately, I don't really have that much room at my new work/recording area to show the boxes and everything, so I will try to take some pictures and insert those somewhere in the video, just to show y'all how the box looks, just in case you haven't seen anybody else review these dolls. But they come packaged really nicely. It's not that difficult to get them out of the box. So yeah, that I just wanted to go ahead and get them out so I wouldn't have to do that on camera, and also because I'm impatient and I wanted to go ahead and play around with them. But anyway, we did get a tall, a curvy, and a petite body type in this kit, and they match up with this girl that you could buy separately, and she is on the regular body. So if any of you, I think Layla had asked in a comment in a previous video, you know, how it all worked with the bodies, mixing and matching, and you know, with the Barbies you could buy individually. So this girl, Layla, goes with this kit. So these dolls come with their own stands, and they're made specifically for their body types. So just keep that in mind when you're putting them up there, so you don't snap the little waist holder, because that is very easy to do. And they also come with the little accessory packs. Everything is individually packaged, so when you open up the box, you have the little drawers on the side, and you have little bags that are kind of like the cutie reveal or color reveal dolls, you know, where you just open up the little bag and their little clothes and jewelry and all that stuff's in there. And they come with the wigs. They each have one accessory. As you can see, she has sunglasses, a necklace and earrings, and of course you can just mix and match however you want. And the clothes are supposed to fit all the body types. However, some of them are kind of tight for the curvy girl, and as you can see, this is a little bit kind of baggy or loose on the petite girl. So I'm not really sure about all that, how accurate that is to what Mattel says with they're supposed to fit everybody. Also, the shoes are kind of big on the petite girl, and I'll show you all this stuff up close, but I'm just kind of, you know, letting you know all that beforehand. So anyway, let's see, what else do I want to say before we check them out up close. I think that's pretty much it. That's like just, you know, the roundabout summary of these dolls. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these girls and put her up close to the camera, and we will go over her in more detail. So here is our tall girl. We do not know for sure which face sculpt name goes with which doll, but this is supposed to be the Lizette, Cheryl, and Reed kit. So whenever we find out, you know, which face mold matches up with which name, you know, I'm sure I'll post that on Instagram, or you'll see it from some other collectors, because I know a lot of people have been waiting to find out which one goes with which. So the wig I chose for this girl is the Hime cut wig, and the hair is not the best quality, but at the same time it's not completely terrible. It feels better than some of my Monster High dolls, but it doesn't feel as good as the other Barbie Basics that you could buy individually. So it's kind of somewhere in between. I know a lot of the collectors that have gotten these and reviewed them have not been happy with them because they're hard to style, and just the way they sit on the doll's head, you can definitely tell it's a wig. As you can see, mine came kind of crinkled up, and I haven't done anything to try to style it yet because I do plan to root these dolls with hair, and I've already done that on one of the dolls in kit 2. So I will be showing you that in the next video. But anyway, I'll take this off so you can see it. I hope you can see it on the inside. My lighting's not that great right now, but let's see. There you go. Has like a silicone inside, so it will sit on the doll's head and stay. And like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised, honestly, by how good some of the wigs looked on them. Again, they're not the best, and I will be rooting them because I overall, you know, would rather have rooted hair. But I feel like if you are the type of person who likes wigs on your dolls and you're good at styling the hair, I don't think that you would be, you know, completely upset with how the wigs sit on the doll's head. I think out of each kit there's at least one wig that really, you know, doesn't look great, but the other two are pretty decent. So, you know, that's just my opinion, but you'll have to get the kits and find out for yourself. But anyway, this girl is really beautiful. She has the side glance eye, and she has beautiful makeup on. It's kind of like a purpley silver color, and her eyes are brown, and she has a nice pink lipstick. And I put the silver earrings on her. They're just plain hoops. So I put this black tank top on her, and the material is really nice. It's stretchy, so you know it would be able to fit your curvy girl if you wanted this to go on her instead. And it velcros at the back, and she's wearing these nice pleathery type, I guess would these be called like parachute pants, or like, you know, leather sweatpants or something like that. But they have an elastic band, so they just pull on and off. No velcro at the back, and they have, you know, white stitch in here to look like pockets, and then here just to give it a little bit of you know, details there. And the shoes I put on her are the little pump style heels, and they just have a bee on them for Barbie and basics probably. And let's see, how do they look on the bottom? They're just plain on the bottom, but they're really cute. And like I said, some of the shoes don't really want to stay on, and these are one of those. And so yeah, just be careful not to lose those. I might put some rubber bands on when I get through with the review. But as far as the movement, it's the same as the other Barbie basics. So in the head, shoulder, upper arm, elbow, wrist, upper body, hip, thigh, knees, and ankles. And of course the heads are easy to pull on and off, so you can swap for each body type. The neck pegs are the same as the ones that you can buy in the individual boxes that I reviewed. So you know, you don't really have to boil the heads to loosen them up. They just pop on and off easily. And if you want to see that, just go check out my first review of the Barbie basics. So I think that I'm going to leave her on the tall body. I have played around with it a little bit, and I do prefer her on this body. So more than likely she will stay as she is. I haven't really decided what I want to do with her hair yet, as far as rooting, but I am excited to, you know, play around with that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another doll, and I will be right back. Now here's our curvy girl, and this is my favorite one out of this kit. I just love her face so much. She has beautiful, beautiful blue eyes and a brownish eyeshadow. Might have a little bit of gray in there. It's kind of like a smoky eye. And this beautiful dark red lipstick. And I put the red wig on her, obviously because it matches her lipstick, and I just love it. I think it's perfect for her. I was kind of torn between this and the blonde wig that came in this kit, but overall I just thought this one looked better. And I was really happy with the way this wig sits on her head. I don't think it looks, you know, super wiggy. Y'all let me know what you think, but you know, if I wasn't gonna root the hair on, I feel like, you know, this doesn't look bad. But she does have earring holes, so you can put the earrings on her, and all of the dolls have that, so that's nice. She does have beautiful freckles, and she has this little necklace that I put on her. It's just silver, and it has little details on it that says, I think that's a B right there, I want to say. Let me see, let me take it off so we can see a little bit better. My camera don't want to focus today. Yeah, I think it's a B right there on that little charm. So we'll just pop that back on her. She's wearing this cute little crop top that has clear straps and mesh sleeves, and it does Velcro at the back. And this one, I don't know if you can tell, but it is a little snug on her, so I feel like it would fit the petite or the tall body a little bit better, but you know, I made it work because I really wanted her to wear this. And again, the material is stretchy, it's really nice. The skirt is kind of like an asymmetrical type skirt, and let's see, that just pulls on and off. And for some reason, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it looks kind of big on her, and she's the curvy girl. So like I said, I'm not really sure about how accurate the fits are going to be for each doll, but you'll just have to play around with it. And I think it just depends on which kit you get, and I mean, like, you know, not just kit 1, 2, or 3, but just how your particular kit is made. Some of the collectors that I've seen review these weren't happy with the way their clothes were sewed. It kind of looked a little sloppy. There were strings hanging out everywhere, and so, like I said, it could be like a hit and miss type of thing. You know, where some dolls, the screening has some flaws. Like even her, I don't know if you can really tell, but she has little marks there that kind of look like they smeared, you know, when she was having her face done and everything. But you know, it kind of blends into the freckles, in my opinion. I could probably take acetone on a toothpick with a little bitty cotton swab and, like, you know, get it off, but I'm not going to be nitpicky about it. I've tried to not be as nitpicky over my dolls as I used to be, and I'm sure Tommy thanks me, because otherwise, you know, I'd be on the hunt for one that didn't have any flaws at all. But you know what? Imperfections make us who we are, and there's nothing wrong with that. So anyway, moving on. Her boots are really cool. She has these nice chunky clear boots on, and these fit her perfectly. I haven't tried these on the tall girl, but I know they're going to be too big for the petite girl, because I've seen other people review them, and that was how it was for them. But they are really nice, and like I said, her movement is the same as all of the other ones. So y'all let me know what you think of her. I'm gonna go ahead and grab our last doll from this kit, and I will be right back. So here's our petite girl, and I have the blonde wig on her, and it really looks too big for her head, honestly. It could just be the way it's sitting, and since I haven't really done anything to style it, you know, maybe it would be better if I messed around with it, but ultimately this is my least favorite wig in the kit. I feel like the Hime wig would look a lot better if I, you know, boil washed it and tried to style it and get those little crimps out of it from the packaging, but this one, I don't know, it just looks like it's floating on top of her head. So, you know, if you're a wig expert or good at styling hair, this would probably be great for you to mess around with and perfect it. But for me, I'm just glad I'm gonna root her hair. But anyway, she's got beautiful brown eyes and nice brown makeup. Very simple, and I like that about her. And she has a nice pink lipstick. and her face is just beautiful. To me, she kind of looks like a Native American. So I may try to give her just plain black hair and make it straight, kind of like Pocahontas. I don't know, I just feel like that's kind of the look she's giving me right now. But yeah, she's really beautiful. And I put this little bodysuit on her. Let me just take the skirt, pull it down so you can see. It's kind of like a little bodysuit slash bathing suit, and it velcros at the back, but it's kind of baggy on her. Even though I believe Gypsy at Broken Dolly tried to put this on her curvy girl and it's too tight for her. So I don't know, like I said, the material is stretchy, but then it's baggy, so I don't know. But overall, this is a cute outfit here. You could wear it just as a bathing suit or pair it with the skirt like I did. Just pull it over because there's no Velcro on the skirt either. And you have a whole other look. Kind of looks like it could be, you know, a dress. So has a little slit there on the side. And her shoes, these are kind of big on her. They're chunky sandals, and they have little silver details going across them. And that's how they look on the bottom. And her little sunglasses, I'll show you all those up close. They're really cool. They're silver and black. So I'll just stick those back on top of her hair. And of course, like I said, her movement's the same as the other ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her back on her stand, and I will share my final thoughts with y'all on Kit 1. Before I put her back on her stand, I did want to show y'all that these dolls have a mold mark under their chins. I hope you can see, it's that little line right here. Normally on a regular doll, you would have that up here, and then the hair would be rooted in and cover that up. But since they wanted the dolls to have a smooth bald head with no holes for hair, they put the mark here, and that is really frustrating for us collectors who are, you know, particular about taking pictures of their dolls and stuff like that, because you don't really want that to be seen. So what I had to do was get some sandpaper and sand that down to try to make it less visible. You're still gonna ultimately see the mark there, but it's not gonna be as bad as if you did nothing to it. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. If that's something that would bother you, you're definitely gonna want to work on that when you get these dolls. Otherwise, you know, it's one less thing you have to do before you can enjoy your dolls. I would say that and the wigs were the two things I was the most frustrated with about these dolls. I would have much rather preferred, you know, rooted hair and then be able to still swap the heads onto whatever body. But I understand the concept, and I think it is a good idea. I just feel like it wasn't executed as well as it could have been. And even still, you know, they could have put the mold mark up here. I mean, or they could have done something to make it better if they were going to still put it here. So, because think about it, I know people would want a bald doll, like I get that, but at the same time, the wigs, if you're going to use the wigs, it would have covered the mold mark anyway. So that's just my opinion on that. But anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to go ahead and put her back on her stand, and I'll be right back. So that's the review of Kit 1 of the You Create Barbie Basics dolls. Overall, I am happy with these dolls. Like I said, the only thing I was frustrated with were some of the wigs and then the mold mark underneath the chin. But if you are savvy with wigs and you don't mind having to deal with the mold mark, you will love these dolls. You know, it's a little bit frustrating too with the way Mattel said all the clothes would fit on each body type, but then you have to deal with some that are too tight for certain body types and then some that are too loose on others. So like I said, you just kind of have to, I guess, weigh the pros and cons if you want to get these. But overall, like I said, I'm happy with them, and I am very thankful that I was able to get these. So that's pretty much it for these girls. I don't think I left anything out that I wanted to say, but if I remember something, you know, that I forgot to mention, I will include that in the next video. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what you think about these dolls. If you want to get these, did this review help you make that decision? I know it was probably a little bit scattered just because I had already unboxed them and I didn't really have a particular order that I wanted to show y'all everything in, so that's just my bad being impatient. But y'all just bear with me. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did or found it helpful, be a doll and hit the like button. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!